turn that fucking thing off.
They're she's regurgitating the shit.
I can't believe you're
Just having a good time with it.
This is disgusting.
Turn it off. Honestly, I'm going to barf.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in, strap on,
and get ready for the wild ride.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
My wonderful mother who's talking to me about sex, just teaching me all of her wisdom.
And I have a lot to impart.
Yes. And you know who else has a ton of wisdom that I'm excited to hear from?
Who is that?
Dale, our wonderful videographer and producer who's sitting in the studio. Say hi, Dale.
Hello.
Hello.
He's always got that real dramatic hello, and it just, you never know.
It's really overbearing sometimes.
It is. You know, you're
Shakes
so
the
loud
studio.
and annoying.
Anyway, well, let's start off with a segment called Steam It Up, presented by Satisfyer.
Satisfyer is our favorite electric, what is it called?
What are you going to say? Electric toothbrush?
No, it's not. Oh, yeah. I should talk to Satisfyer about creating one. No, it's air pulse stimulator and vibrators.
Bingo.
I love them.
Sexual wellness devices. We're going to talk about them in a bit.
I actually just tried a new one recently.
I guess we're not talking about them in a bit.
I just wanted to share that I will be sharing it later, my experience with the new one. And moving right along, that was a little teaser.
My God. We start with a question of the week that we get to answer ourselves and then share with our listeners, you sneaky fucking freaks.
And I'm going to let everyone know what that question is right now.
What is it, Moot?
What are your preferences around booty play? Any success/war stories to share?
That's right. I'm excited to hear about this. You know, this is the last episode of the year we're putting out.
So we might as well end with a bang.
We're ending with a bang in the booty.
Bang in the booties.
Bang in the booties. So, you know, I mean, I'll start.
Oh, here we go.
I'll start with the preferences.
What are your preferences?
No strong desires to do anything anal. In terms of, first of all, in general, no strong desires, I'd say. Okay,
like your butt says exit only.
No, it doesn't. So you're putting words in my ass.
Oh,
you like
words
that?
in your ass.
Yes,
I like that.
I could be down. If the mood struck, I would be interested in exploring in either direction.
You're just such an experimental person.
I'm a real experimental guy, but I've never tried we've discussed this. I tried to stick a finger up my ass a few times. It never worked successfully. I've tried sticking my finger up someone else's ass. It was fine. Someone tried one time to stick a finger up my ass. It smelled like shit for the next 48 hours. Not a positive experience, but I'm still open to it.
Oh my God. I like your open-mindedness.
I'm open-minded to it. No success or war stories otherwise. Mother?
Well, you did sum it up right there. Very succinctly. I'm impressed.
You're welcome.
Mine, I would say, and I heard this from other people too when I've discussed this. Anal is like a little special once in every couple year treat.
Couple years.
Maybe more than a couple, maybe 5 years.
Wow, once every 5 years.
You know, listen, let's differentiate.
This is hilarious.
I'm differentiating between butt play and actual anal intercourse.
Yes. Okay. Thank
Anal
you for
intercourse,
that specificity.
you got to be like, in my case, you got to be on tequila or something.
Tequila?
Yeah, or something strong.
You got to be in a state of relaxation.
You got to be in a state of
with
relaxation.
extreme lube.
You definitely need to lube because, you know, that area is not something that naturally lubricates.
Yeah.
People don't get that. It's not because they look at porn, everybody's spitting in everybody's asshole, and they think, oh, that's how it's lubricated. No, it's not lubricated that way.
The spit does not offer the same lube
It's
as
not
a
the
lube
same.
does.
That's why we have lubes, and they're very, very profitable.
That's right.
And I'm all for it. Anyway, so I'm differentiating between the anal, and then the butt play. I find that to be very erotic, and I like it.
So you prefer the butt play?
big promoter of butt play. My partner never seems to want to do that to himself, but that's okay. You know, I think a lot of men have stigmas about it. Like if they enjoy anal play, that means they might be gay, which is so ridiculous.
I think this is breaking down as each generation grows older.
Yeah, my generation, no.
In my generation, everyone's doing anal. It's a fucking equal opportunity situation here.
Well, I could share a story, but I'm going to keep it to myself about when someone tried to have anal sex with me, and I said no.
This is not you keeping it to yourself. You basically told the whole fucking story just now. That's the whole story almost. Is there anything else? Any details that were left out?
Actually, that was basically what it was. I abbreviated the story because we're going to use it one day in an animated cartoon.
Okay, all right.
So that's
wait
something
for
to
that
look
to be
to.
created.
When that's created, you will find out more about what happened in my anal experience.
Okay. All right.
I might just want to say one thing more about anal sex.
Yeah, just let us.
You
have
have
it,
to truly trust your partner, and if you're a woman, you're the receiver of the dick. Okay, you don't necessarily have to be like in doggy style. You can be on top so that you feel like you're more in control. And I think that would make things easier for a lot of people if they knew that little tidbit. And thank you very much from Karen Lee Potter to all the people listening.
Thank you for that tidbit, Mother.
Well, what do you think about what I just said?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Maybe if you tried it that way, you'd enjoy it more.
I'm barely getting the fingers in.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like if you were with a woman.
I'm saying fingers in other people's fingers of mine, whatever the case. I'm baby steps. I'm microdosing again.
Microdosing.
You're fucking in the deep end, taking full fucking acid trips. I'm the microdosing stage.
You're microdosing anal.
Yes, microdosing anal. Yes. Dale, let us know what is your situation.
My situation is I've done it once, technically.
Well, wait, what's technically?
In that it was a past girlfriend and I. She's like, hey, you want to do anal? And I'm like, sure, why not? And then and so I didn't really do like the research on like what needed to be done on my end.
You did not call me
with the prep. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I should.
Shit! You didn't do any of the prep.
I didn't do enough prep, and so
oh god,
game time came along, and there was some stretching of the
anal opening.
Yeah,
the anus,
but not enough, and so it ended in tears.
Oh no,
on your part and hers.
Well, yeah, and yeah, so it just kind of fizzled. And so not a really great experience. I guess I'd try it again.
Now that I gave you my tips.
Exactly.
What do you think?
I think this time I would go in a little more prepared, more lube, more toys, more prep time,
and have your partner on
tequila.
Tequila. Tequila definitely works. Either that or you'll pass out.
So I think thank you for sharing that, Dale.
Anytime.
I would like to turn to the sneaky freaks at this point.
Now, for those of you who don't know who our sneaky freaks are, they're you people who are listening to this right now.
That's right. And you can be involved in these weekly questions just by texting us. Our number is 310-356-3920. That's in our episode description. It's the first line of all of our episodes. There's no reason not to text us. All right. Here are your responses to the question, what do you prefer when it comes to booty play? And do you have any success or war stories to share? Okay. Let's start with Corey, who says, I'll do it if she asks and if she's freshly showered, but it tastes like a penny. What the fuck?
A copper taste?
But it tastes like a penny. First of all, who's licking pennies?
Okay.
I don't know the taste of a penny.
But you would imagine that there's a copper, like a tinny taste.
Why do I know the taste of a penny?
Because knowing you probably decided to try it one time.
You think I've licked a penny?
Well, if you didn't, I know some of your friends who would have.
All right. Apparently it tastes like a penny.
I guess a penny's better than it tastes like shit.
That's right.
Which is what I would think it would taste like.
And then when you're showering, do you know anything about, do you have to like clean out your asshole? You have to stick some shit up there?
We have actually interviewed men who have expressed, gay men in particular, who've explained in detail how to prep.
Yes.
You just have to search on Sex Talk with My Mom's entire library.
Yeah, you have to listen to all 400 episodes. It's not that hard, but you'll eventually be able to find an episode where we discuss how to prep your asshole.
Right. One guy used, and I think there's a video somewhere of this too, that we took this from on YouTube. He filled up an empty bottle of soda.
Water bottle.
And he squirted it right in his ass.
Yeah.
And that's how he prepped it out.
Distilled water?
Who said distilled water?
I'm thinking it might be healthier.
What is that?
Safer. Distilled water.
Oh my God. No, you're not going to go. What are you going to go? Oh, excuse me. I got to go down to the grocery store, buy some distilled water and come
You
back.
got to distill that water.
What does that mean?
You got to distill.
It's not like the only time I needed distilled water was I think I was using it for like a backup sump pump.
You always got to be distilling. Jody says, I have never been into the booty play. There's something about poop and sex that doesn't mix well for me. Thank you for that honesty. I wonder how many people agree with you.
Well, I know one that didn't.
Who?
The guy who wanted to buy my scat caviar.
Oh, he wants to eat your shit.
He wanted to eat my shit.
Denise says, ask first to see if the person is even interested in it. Okay, that's a hot tip.
Yeah, it's always nice to get consent.
Nice consent.
That is a very important line there. Ask first.
Carlos says, I've been with my wife for a long time. We have tried anal. I'm kind of big and have made her cry, LOL. What's with the LOL to the crying? What?
Carlos said that?
Yeah, Carlos said that. He goes on to say, we do the usual doggy with thumb in the booty.
The usual. Like everyone, of course, does that.
Yeah, classic. It's like doggy with a tail. And recently...
Wait, did you just say that or he said that?
I made it up.
Oh, that was funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, doggy with a tail.
Recently, she has let me try anal toys on her, and she seems to like it. I'm working my way to getting my cock up in that booty hole, LOL.
I mean, that's a good way to start. You start with the little and go bigger, bigger, bigger. You know, the comfort level has to be there, or you can really do some damage. He's right.
He's right.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
Tyson says, I have one individual that enjoys a good massage, and I am allowed to loosen her up and penetrate her ass. And it's gotten to the point where I can really find my rhythm without hurting, without anything more pleasurable. I come so hard.
That sounds like a positive experience.
That's a fucking success story to the max.
It's a success story. And on what he said, I mean, honestly, it is like a skill to get someone to relax, and the person has to be in the right mindset. Because if you're like tight as a drum down there,
Me.
I did not want to say that.
I talked to my lawyer yesterday
about anal.
It came up in the conversation that we were going through a contract.
You are being charged a ridiculous amount of money to talk about anal with your lawyer.
I'm going through this contract, and he's saying, you're a very good editor. And I was like, yeah, I'm a little anal. And he goes, you said it. I didn't. The fuck? I'm not paying by the fucking minute for you to insult me like this.
Wait, maybe it was a compliment.
He thinks I'm anal.
Anal retentive also means it could...
You retain your asshole.
But it also could be that you're very neat and organized.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to say.
Detail-oriented. Yeah. So he wasn't talking about your...
It comes from a place of neuroses. Jacqueline says, much success if you're with a comfortable or an excited partner. One of the best times was bent over a front car seat in the middle of the woods in high school. Was on my period, so opted for the booty.
Holy cow.
But can't lie, a tampon acted as a G-spot toy. Insane, but great. Look at that.
This is some woman who knows what she likes.
She knows exactly. The G-spot toy.
And I might say that as a generational thing, she must be of a younger generation, because my age women do not talk like that.
25.
There you go.
There you go.
You got the 50 plus that are going, ah!
Yep. Dane says, I want to try on both giving and receiving. 11 years in, and my partner is still a shutout, so no success. A shutout.
A shutout on both areas?
Both areas, yeah. Back and forth. Ciara says, I love butt play. I have done a lot of pegging, and mostly what I enjoy, and that's mostly what I enjoy. Anal is also fun, but for some reason I enjoy playing with other booties more than mine being played with. See, this is what I'm saying.
Because there's like a naughty element to it.
a naughty element.
It's like you're supposed to not be doing it. It's a forbidden fruit type of thing.
I think that's actually why I'm lukewarm on the whole thing. I don't see any taboo associated with it at this point. It's just an orifice.
You might see that, but that historically is not the case.
But I haven't lived
Well, you're
the
so
years
you're
that you've
so
lived.
liberal. You're so open-minded.
I'm a woke motherfucker.
You're a woke motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you are, Cam.
No, I think I just don't have the generations of
You also have been talking about sex for like the last 6 years with your mother, so you are more open about
All
it.
right, let's pull in Dale. Dale, do you think there's a stigma still around anal?
I feel like there's like culturally, it's certainly more acceptable now. Like eating ass is like it's pretty mainstream right now. But like, for me personally, I've no like desire to get like it. It's not like oh I gotta get that ass.
Because the
like,
taboo might not be there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I have enough trouble with the regular orifice.
Yes.
I don't need any
That's what I
extra layers of barrier to entry.
I was thinking, some people like being like anal because it's so tight in there. I don't need any more tightness. I need looseness. The looser the pussy, the better for me. That is serious. I'm serious. Spencer says Aneros for prostate toys and rim jobs are amazing. Aneros is a wonderful company for prostate toys.
Right.
FYI.
Do we have a coupon code for
No
that?
coupon code, just a general fanboy over here. I've never actually put it in. I just know that people, they seem nice and everyone raves about the products. Captain Megan says, I like doing butt stuff as long as the stuff doesn't go in my butt. Giving is a lot of fun. So we're getting all sorts of directions here.
Wait, I'm not sure what she meant by stuff isn't in her
She
butt.
likes
She
giving
likes
someone
giving
else-
someone else butt.
Yeah.
She likes strapping one on.
Yeah. Chris gave us a little story here. You ready for a story? A little
Yeah.
anal story.
Little bedtime story.
Little bedtime story. I'm not particularly a fan, but I do remember one time in particular. Me, my wife, and kids were camping, and the kids were in the tent sleeping. My wife and I were out around the campfire drinking and got pretty tipsy. Next thing I know, we're in the tent messing around with the kids passed out, and for some reason, I decided to flip her over. He flicked her off. He's
At
like,
the same
fuck
time,
you.
fuck you, I'm going to flip you off. The kids are sleeping. It's time to flip off.
At first, she wasn't for it because I'm more than average size and she's loud. She didn't want to wake the kids. Understandable, LOL. Okay, this is a little bizarre to me. Fucking next to kids. That
I've
in a
done
tent.
that.
What? First of all, you've never done that because I don't think I've ever gone camping with you, ever.
No, I have done that
You fucked next to me?
when you were a little boy.
That's some fucked up shit.
Maybe that's why you are the way you are.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, you tend to get very uptight. Maybe that's because you heard us one time. What are you hitting me with a fucking sneaky prick?
I don't need that shit. Let's go back to the fucking story. All right. He goes on to say, but it took a bit of gentle finesse, but I got it in, and once it was, she changed her mind quickly. I
She
still
liked
have
it?
scars from the bites from her trying to keep quiet. Since then, some of the best times for her was using a vibe, my thumb, or my clone-a-willy during regular sex. She loved it. Mind you, she is a very easy girl to orgasm, but you put any kind of anal play into it, goes from 6 to 8 orgasms an hour to 20. She doesn't want it all the time, but when she does, she definitely does. She just has to be in the right mood, and it's on. Chris and Becky. Thank you.
Becky, you are one hell of a lucky woman.
20 orgasms in an hour.
It's just, I mean, I'm in awe.
I like his use of
I
the
know.
clone-a-willy, too. That's a pretty fun.
Yeah, you
He's like
guys-
doing DP with his own dick.
Go check out one of the funniest videos and one of the funniest podcasts we've ever done, which had to do with Clone-a-Willy.
We love clone-a-willy.
It was fun. They have Clone of Pussy, too.
Cecilia says, I've had some of the best orgasms through anal. As the receiver, I definitely prefer missionary to doggy style. And, of course, give yourself plenty of time for foreplay and more than enough lube.
Okay, so she was kind of talking about the way I was talking about.
Missionary?
Well, if you're able as a woman or as the person receiving, I shouldn't say woman, if you're able to see and feel and kind of guide the man,
You got to be facing each other.
it just makes it less vulnerable.
Yeah.
It just you feel like more in control, and it just feels like you can be more relaxed. And I think that's
so
important.
it's less about you being on top and more about just being able to face each other, so
and,
you can
and
communicate
sort
better.
of control. Yeah. But the other thing I was going to say is something we haven't talked about here.
Oh wow.
If you got a very large dick,
Yeah.
it's very hard to get anybody feeling comfortable about having it in their ass, because the vagina, that can stretch out quite a bit.
Well, we have the next comment actually relates to this. Amanda says, I haven't had much anal, but after the first few times I have received, I swear my poop was penis shaped for a week straight.
She's cuckoo.
That might be a thing.
How could your poop get penis shaped?
Maybe the whole rectum is reshaped.
No,
to the shape of a
you
penis.
gotta visualize almost like a plumbing
visualizing.
tube.
I'm visualizing.
And she brings up an interesting point, because I didn't like after I had anal sex and I'm walking around farting. You have a lot of trapped gas in there.
You're always farting.
But it's even worse if you got like your poop is stuck all the way up there, and then there's a lot of problems there.
Lisa says, not a big fan of anal. My significant other used to constantly try to get me down to let him in the back door. He finally quit requesting after so many times of me telling him if I can stick something in his ass the size of his dick. He is definitely not lacking in length or girth. We will talk about it. I am okay with a finger or oral, but that's all. This goes along with what you're saying.
What's her name?
Lisa.
Lisa,
You know
you and
Lisa.
I, we're in sync there. I 100% agree with you, and I have used that same rationale with other partners. You want me to accept your member and me? Let's do you first with the same size dildo and see how that works.
And we had someone actually respond about that. I believe anal is a knowing when situation. I pay attention to her arousal, body language, and verbal communication, and all to make a person ready, and to prove it, I can take any dildo she can. Really puts a damper on any argument she may have. LOL.
I love LOL at the end.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no LOL.
That's from James. Thank you, James.
James is not laughing about it. He's dead serious.
He's saying he'll take the whatever the thing is. All right, let's wrap it up.
That's a very
here.
liberal-minded person.
We got a few more, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. Katie says, I personally don't mind butt stuff, but it's not at all an all-the-time occurrence. I sometimes have a hard time relaxing during anal, but weirdly, if my partner chokes me, I'm able to relax into it.
Holy shit.
Weird, I know. I wonder if anyone else has the same thing happen.
I for one, have never attempted choking.
You never... Literally, every girl... I'm not going to make a blanket statement. This has become a very popular thing for my generation. I'm constantly being asked to choke. Constantly.
Maybe it's you. You look like the person that wouldn't choke, and they want to see if you would choke.
I'll fucking choke. I don't care.
Have you tried choking someone?
I choke all the time.
What are you talking about? You choke all the time.
Choke all the time. Pull the hair, choke, slap, whatever the fuck.
Oh my God.
Yep. I don't give a flying fuck.
My
This is
son
what's...
has blossomed.
Oh my God.
I am
Why
like
do you say it like that?
I can't believe it.
What?
I just didn't see you as a choker type.
Yeah.
Well, I, for one, would not like it being choked at all. I don't think that's funny. And in fact, it would
Who's
be
thinking it's
freaking me out.
funny?
I don't know why.
It's a request that I'm receiving.
Okay, I like a little kink, but that's too much for me. But I'm not going to shame anybody that likes it. That's for sure. I just think you got to be careful because you could pass out.
Dale, have you heard about the choking situation? You've been requested a choke.
I have. Yeah.
See?
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
They like getting choked. But
Some
it's
people
like
it's a
getting
specific
choked?
kind of choke.
It's a gentle choke.
A gentle
yeah.
choke. It's not like you're about to asphyxiate the other person.
No, I'm fucking barely putting my hand on them.
Okay, I'm just baffled that there's so many people that want to be choked.
Yeah, this person says she can do anal. She relaxes when she gets choked. It's
What
unbelievable.
do you think that is? About the breathing or something?
There's a biological, the throat is actually supposed to be very similar to the ass in terms of, this kind of goes against the
theory?
This theory. But basically, if you're choked up in your throat, your asshole will choke.
Opens?
Oh, I'm sorry. Here it is. Your jaw is very similar to your asshole. So if you're really clenched in your jaw, your asshole is really tight, usually.
Are you
it's
referring
very hard.
to yourself?
This is a clown exercise.
What?
Yes, seriously. you tried to clench your jaw and open your asshole at the same time, and it's very
This
challenging.
is like rubbing your stomach and your head.
It's exactly right.
All right.
All right.
Is it okay?
On that note,
I am like
we've steamed it up enough.
I think we exhausted the whole anal discussion. I
did.
think we've talked about every aspect to it.
Every aspect.
And I would like to say that if you'd like to share your stories with us, please do at
310-356-3920. A big thank you to Satisfyer for presenting that segment of Steam It Up. We love Satisfyer.
I certainly do. I wanted to speak about one of the Satisfyer products that I particularly loved.
Which is what, Mother?
It's called a love triangle.
Oh.
And I never really tried an air pulse stimulator, but this one had one. And I got to say, it's small and it's very enjoyable.
You can travel with this thing.
Yeah.
It's cute.
But Satisfyer makes beautiful vibrators and air pulse stimulators with cutting edge technology. And they're really affordable in their pricing.
That's right. That love triangle is only $59.95. And you'll get 30% off when you use code MOM30. Here's why I love Satisfyer products, though. All their new line is app-enabled, meaning that you could connect your iPhone, your Android, even your iWatch to the device.
I know, and it's very unusual to be able to do that and be able to figure out if you're running out of batteries. I hate that. This way, you can look on the app and you see exactly how much battery life you have.
How about when you're trying to turn something on and you're fumbling around with all the buttons?
And you don't know if it's going up or down or fast or slow or how to turn it on.
Now with Satisfyer, you can control all of that from your own device, and you can even control your partner's device from around the world.
I know, you always like that aspect to it.
Very exciting.
Well, you got people from all over the world I don't know about?
No, but if I did, I would use a Satisfyer. And right now, Satisfyer is offering our lucky listeners 30% off any Satisfyer when you go to satisfyer.com and enter code MOM30, MOM30 at checkout. Again, if you're looking for one of our favorite new devices, go to satisfyer.com, satisfyer.com, and use code MOM30 for 30% off. I have a phenomenal idea for a holiday gift.
And what might that be, son?
An Everlywell test.
Everlywell. I can understand why you'd like that.
Oh, yeah.
They offer affordable at-home lab tests that give you trusted, physician-reviewed results.
I mean, what better gift? You give someone the comfort, clarity, self-discovery, and joy in knowing their own well-being. They got tests at the yin-yang, from food sensitivity tests to metabolism and sleep and stress tests.
I did the sleep and stress test.
And my favorite, the STD test. You can take an STD test at home.
Of course, that's your favorite.
How easy is that?
The STD test discreetly allows you to test for 7 types of STDs, all from the privacy of your own home.
And here's how it works. Everlywell ships your test straight to your door with everything needed for simple sample collection.
Then return the test to a CLIA certified lab with a prepaid shipping label.
You just send it off in the mail. Then your physician-reviewed results and insights are sent to your device in just days.
Unbelievable. Over 1 million people have trusted Everlywell with their at-home lab testing.
That's right. I love this. You tried it out.
I loved it because it told me that I'm not as stressed out as I thought.
You took that stress and sleep test, right?
Right. It came up with that few ideas.
This holiday, give more of what matters with an Everlywell at-home lab test. For our listeners, Everlywell is offering a special discount of 20% off an at-home lab test at everlywell.com/mom. That's everlywell.com/mom for 20% off your at-home lab test. everlywell.com/mom.
Cam, would you like to talk about what's going on in your life these days?
Well, I called you last night.
That's what's going on in your life?
At 11:30 p.m. I was trying to tell you what was going on in my life, and you couldn't comprehend what the fuck was going on.
I had some issues going on.
Well, I asked you, what's going on? You're not making too much sense right now.
I know. It was like I was talking to my father, trying to pretend I was straight.
And I go, what's happening here? Are you fucked up right now?
Well,
You said no.
I wasn't.
You said no.
Okay.
I'm not fucked up.
I was lying.
And then slowly,
I didn't realize I was fucked up.
as the conversation continues to go on, I discover a few things.
What?
Well, number one, you just had a glass and a half of wine.
Yes.
You did not tell me that.
Yes.
And two, you had taken an edible.
Okay, both of those things sound like I'm like a fucking like demented.
You were fucked up.
I was okay.
High, drunk and high. You were both drunk and high.
What are you, my father? Again?
No, but I ask you, what's going on? You're not making any sense right now. And then it turns out you're both fucking,
right,
you're drunk and high.
Okay, this is what happened. I was sitting on my couch minding my own business, and Dee says he's going to take one of my friends over to the dispensary. So he comes back with my friend.
This is the weed dispensary, not the alkaline water dispensary.
Yes, what alkaline water dispensary?
Just want to clarify.
Yes, the weed dispensary. It's legal here in California. So he took her over there, comes back, and she's like, why don't we get a glass of wine? And I'm like, okay, but I was planning on, going to sleep. And she's like, no, just come up and have a glass or two of wine. Go upstairs, have a glass or two of wine. By the way, she admits to me that she was about to pee in her pants. And I said, guess what I just did? I just peed in my pants.
What's going on?
I don't know. Something
you're just
happens.
Pissing your pants. And you're drinking wine at like 10 p.m. and then taking edibles. What's happening?
I don't know. I did that all to go to sleep because I wanted a good night's sleep.
You pissed your pants to go to sleep?
No, that was besides that was because someone made me laugh.
Oh my God.
See, you have to plan laughs and sneezes when you get to be a certain age. You can never just like try to hold everything in, because if you don't plan for a laugh or a sneeze and then you are like slightly full in terms of your bladder, you may slip a little.
You might want to do some Kegel exercises.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Kegel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get that pelvic floor going.
Anyway, so when I went upstairs, it was basically just to get, one glass of wine. I was going to go to sleep. And then she's like, why don't you try an edible? It will make you sleep better. And it's supposed to be just for sleep because it said on the container, sleep. Guess what it does to me? It gets me hyper.
Not good. Not good.
So that's what happened. So what were you going to tell me?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to note that I think you get fucked up a lot more than you really share.
Excuse me. What judgmental Judy was wrong with you?
Yeah.
No, I do not get fucked up that often. As a matter of fact, I wish I got fucked up more.
And second of all, you were not the only one that had poor sleep last night.
You had poor sleep.
I had poor sleep.
And why?
And the night before, actually.
2 nights in a row.
Yes.
Oh, here it comes.
Because for some reason, you decided to gift me a plant.
Okay, first of all, I didn't decide to give you a plant. That was your plant.
You gifted me a plant that I grew up with.
It was a money tree.
That you put out on your balcony.
Because Buddy was eating all the dirt out of it.
And you failed to tell me that it was completely infested with spider mites.
First of all, I didn't know that it was infested.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about what happened before the spider mites?
Fine.
Go for it.
Are you referring to the play?
Yep. Yep. I try to do something nice and take you and your brother to a play in Chicago, and it's not appreciated.
Okay. All right. This is the story. We're in Chicago, and there's a very famous theater called Steppenwolf in Chicago.
And if anybody hasn't been there, you should definitely go there one day.
Some of the best theater around.
Yeah, it started in the basement in the 70s of a church.
John Malkovich was one of the founders.
John Malkovich, Jeff Perry.
And so there's a very famous playwright and actor named Tracy Letts who was putting on a play there called Bug. He had written Bug in the 90s.
Right.
I have heard he wrote August Osage County, several other
Superior
plays.
Donuts.
So you say Tracy Letts is a play over there. We should go.
And he always does shows that are like dysfunctional families. So I thought our family would appreciate that.
We would identify with the dysfunctionality of that. Okay. So I said, sure, you get me a ticket very generously.
Thank you.
You do not read the description of the play.
No, why would I read it? Because I thought anything he does is good. And I thought Bug, it sounds cute.
Bug sounds cute, like a Bug's Life you're expecting?
I kind of thought it had to do with that. And by the way, I might have actually seen Bug several years ago and forgotten that I saw it. So it might have been something I'd already seen and just don't remember.
Let me tell you, this was the most disturbing hour and a half of my life.
It was interesting. It was a psychological thriller.
Here's the premise of the play, and if you're ever going to see this, I don't recommend it because it will scare the fuck out of you. And second of all,
I thought it was very good. By
you
the
should
way,
listen
so did
right
your brother.
now.
Your brother loved it too.
This is going to be a spoiler. It starts with this very lonely, traumatized woman living in a motel room, and she takes in a homeless guy, and they're constantly smoking crack. And then they start sleeping together.
And they show nudity, which I liked.
Oh my fucking God. It was not at all sexual. It was
I
just
know.
because they were just smoking crack and getting nuts. And the guy just starts discovering bug bites on his body.
Which has been one of your most fearful things on.
If I have a phobia, it is of bed bugs.
Right.
And he literally starts describing the bed bugs, the aphids that he's finding in the bed.
Right.
I'm freaking out already.
I know. And I turned to your brother. I'm like, this is not going to go well over here.
And then the story starts spiraling slowly at first. He starts seeing the bug bites on himself. Then she discovers some on herself. He discovers some on her. And she's like, oh, I guess so. And then he starts saying, I must have brought in these bugs. And so he starts thinking, I'm infected. And
Yes.
he starts trying to get the bug. He thinks the bugs are in his skin. And he starts cutting himself
Ugh.
and trying to remove the fucking bugs from his skin.
It is
and
a
then
terrifying
he unveils
drama.
that he had been in the military and the government was doing these tests on him and giving him these vaccines and implanting these bugs to spy on him.
It was very timely, I would think, with the pandemic.
I don't give a fuck if it was
I know.
timely. I was scared out of my fucking mind. And meanwhile, she's so lonely that she's just going on along with his psychosis. And she eventually adopts his complete paranoid schizophrenia. And the two of them ultimately light themselves on fire and the motel
You
room.
ruined the whole fucking thing on that just now.
No one should watch this. It's fucking terrifying. And they did make a movie of this, which I don't recommend anyone watch unless you want to be fucking terrified of it.
Okay, well, you totally ruined that show for me and for your brother, and now for most of the sneaky freaks that listen to this.
Well, you know what ruined my fucking night? When I return home to discover I was living in the set of Bug, and my fucking apartment is covered in these spider mites because you gave me a plant that was infested with spider mites.
Okay, first of all, I didn't know it was infested, and I would never have shared that, and I told you to get rid of the plant. And
You gave me the plant in a fucking garbage bag that was sitting in the trash room.
Right, because I threw it out.
And you said, well, no one's taken it, so it's a sign that you should take it. That was verbatim what you
I
said.
kind of did feel like it was your plant, and it had survived the trash and survived these little mites. Then obviously it's a healthy, hardy plant.
Well, it's a very healthy and hardy situation that I found myself in. Waking up at 4 a.m, itching everywhere.
Did you start
I go to the
cutting yourself?
bathroom. I literally thought I saw I guess I saw like a little hair on the toilet seat. I thought it was a spider moving. I was going nuts over here. I'm literally becoming the guy in Bug. And then I couldn't remember Jim Carrey's name.
What does Jim
And it
Carrey have
drove
to
me
do with
fucking insane.
Well, then, welcome to my life.
That's what I felt like.
What?
I felt like I was you.
Oh my God.
I couldn't remember anything. Couldn't remember Jim Carrey's name. I was so upset.
This is literally, if you asked me 5 minutes from now who you were talking about, I couldn't remember. I will not remember his name either.
I started using the tricks that you taught me of like putting your fists in the air,
I
trying
know.
to remember something.
My friend taught me that.
Papa used to do that.
Yeah, somehow or another they're supposed to bring the memories back. But I honestly,
I actually did that, and Jim Carrey came to me.
Jim Carrey came back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I forgot Andy Kaufman's name.
Oh my
This
God.
is horrible. I don't know why I was getting so upset.
There's certain people I can never remember their names.
I couldn't remember any of these comedians' names.
Do you know who I can never remember? I can never remember the guy who plays Walter White from Breaking Bad. Brian Cranston. Brian Cranston. I can never remember Brian.
Why is that so
Because he doesn't look like a
disturbing?
Brian. Anyway.
I don't know why that's so disturbing to me when you can't remember someone's name that you expect to remember.
Sometimes I'm with the person I can't remember. Like right now, I'd be like,
all the time.
what's that videographer's name? Dale? Oh, yeah.
I'll be on a date and I'll forget the person's name, and that's a real tricky situation.
Well, you're always on dates, so it's not that unusual.
always on dates.
You date a lot.
What is that?
You date a lot, which I'm proud of you for.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's a good sign.
There's something under there.
There's nothing under
There's
there.
something under there.
You date a lot.
All right. Mother,
Yes.
do you know that stress can lead to hair shedding?
That explains a lot because I'm constantly shedding hair and it's very disturbing.
Here's what's wild. People usually lose about 50% of their total hair before they even notice an increase in shedding.
Oh my God.
Is that crazy?
But we have the answer for you folks. It's called Pros.
Pros specializes in custom hair care, and now they also make custom hair supplements that help reduce excess shedding and spark fuller, thicker hair growth with just 2 capsules a day.
Through an online consultation, Pros customizes your supplements to address all the factors that could be triggering your hair issues, like age, hormonal changes, stress levels, diet, and more.
I've taken that hair quiz online. It's super simple, and it really goes into all the details, even down to where you're living in the world.
It makes complete sense.
Pros supplements use only natural, clean, safe ingredients, not drugs or hormone disruptors. All formulas are toxicologist approved, gluten-free, and vegan.
And they really work. Multiple studies show that over 90% of women taking Pros hair supplements saw less shedding, more growth, and improved overall appearance in just 90 days.
Try your own custom hair supplements and you'll get 15% off. Get yours at pros.com/sneaky. That's PROSE.com/sneaky for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off custom hair supplements. Speaking of dating, there's a new thing on Hinge where you can add your own voice. You add like a voice memo, and it's wild to hear what some of these voice memos that people are leaving are just unbelievable.
Let's hear.
Well, I can't find anyone else's, but I can play you my own.
Does it sound like Mickey Mouse?
No. The prompt, you could choose from a selection of prompts.
I'm going to be scared.
It says, proof I have musical talent. Are you ready?
Okay.
This is my proof that I have musical talent.
Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you're lost and gone forever. Oh my darling Clementine.
Wait. Hold on a second. First of all, you did not publish. You didn't push send, did
Yeah,
you?
it's been up for 24 hours. No likes since then, and all conversation has paused.
Okay. Probably Hinge paused it because they didn't know what to make of Mickey Mouse. I was kidding. I was kidding when I said, did it sound like Mickey or Minnie Mouse?
That was not Minnie. You thought I sounded like Minnie Mouse?
Maybe as a child. Maybe Minnie Mouse as a toddler. I don't even know what to make of that. Were you trying?
I heard one the other day. It was like this woman was going off on, I'm not fucking around here. I'm here to get fucking married. I'm here to make some kids. Don't waste my time.
Oh my
and
God.
Then you hear mine.
Then you hear yours. You sound like Minnie Mouse when she's 3. God. How in God's name were you supposed to find a date with that kind of voice? Take that off right
I just
now.
added this yesterday and
Take it off. Take it off.
No, I'm not taking it off.
I know you find it funny, but this is why you don't get any dates.
Dale, give me some. Leave it or take it off.
I can't support this one.
What?
This
can't
one, this
support
one's
you.
not hitting for me.
Nobody can support you sounding like Minnie Mouse.
The peer pressure. Should I take it off?
No, leave it on because I want to hear what the sneaky freaks have to say about it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. I have 2 conversations going with some cuties.
I don't
They'll
think
see
you
if they
understand the
respond.
difference between a clown show and a dating app.
What? She could find it funny.
Who is going to find that funny? Someone
The
who
love of
doesn't-
my life.
Yeah, once they get to know you a little bit and know that.
All right, I'm taking it
No,
off.
leave it.
What do
leave
you mean? You just told me to take it off.
I feel like we're going to get some funny responses.
I have to wait a week. This is not going to come out for another week before I get funny response. I have to take it off. You
Right
made
now?
me so paranoid of it. You just got to take it off right
No,
now. 'Cause
I liked it.
what?
And we may need to use it later. So just
What
let's
the
keep it.
fuck? You're keeping this for comedic? What the fuck?
We got to keep it.
What?
It's funny.
Mom,
Maybe this could make you find the love of your life because if someone would
you
want to
are
date you,
trying to fucking... Okay, first of all, you're gaslighting me. Second of all, the complete 180. You literally said I will never find anyone. Only after they get to know me will they find this funny. And now you're only keeping it because you think it's a fucking funny piece that we could use on our fucking show somehow.
yes, it's a bit.
That's some fucking bullshit.
No, well,
It's
you
fucking
got to
bullshit.
save that. You got to save it just in case we.
My dating life is a fucking joke to you.
All right.
I finally... You did some fucking bullshit, man.
Are you calm now?
Yeah,
Are
very
you-
calm.
Are you ready to talk about what I was thinking about?
What? Why did it say socks and orgasms there, Mom?
Yeah, I just wanted you to know I figured something out. And I heard about this a long time ago.
What?
If you wear socks on your feet when you have sex,
Yes?
you will have a better orgasm.
This is nonsense.
Nope. I even looked it up.
What do you mean you looked it up?
I looked up.
You did research?
I researched this because I'm thinking, does this really happen? Is this a thing?
Oh
It
my
is.
God.
Here, Vitali's experience goes back to the study that came out of the University of Groningen. Feeling comfortable, protected, and safe attributes to a mindset that's ripe for an orgasm and probably ripe for anal sex as well. Does this mean that every person who puts on a pair of socks the next time they're going to have sex is guaranteed an orgasm? Of course not. But if you have yet to try it or are always cold, then it's worth a shot.
Oh, look at that.
I proved my point.
Look at it. Just makes you feel more comfortable.
I don't know. I always forget and never have socks on, but I'm going to try it next time.
I'm with you.
You like to keep socks on too?
I'm constantly cold. You know this.
Right.
Especially when I get turned on, I get real chattery. My teeth will actually start chattering. And if I could, I would have a full sweatsuit. It would just the dick out. It's like a wetsuit with just a hole for my penis.
They make those. You can get them all in latex, and then you'll really be hot.
You think I'll be hot in latex?
Can you imagine if you open the door to a date, you're wearing a complete black bodysuit, and the only thing that's out is your dick and your eyeballs?
Just the stalk,
Just
not
the-
even the balls.
Yeah, just
the stalk out.
and the eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
You have some big ass eyeballs.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you for sharing that. Is that mom's news?
That was not Mom's
God
News. I
damn
actually
it.
had something better for Mom's News. Mom's News.
Mom's news.
Mom's News.
Mom's News is a segment of the show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info. The world is constantly changing. We need to stay up to date on current events. And Mother, what do you have for us today?
This comes from Marie Claire.
Oh, God.
This
A
is
wonderful news source.
Yes, we've rounded up the strangest sex laws from across the nation for a countdown of some truly pervy legislation.
Okay.
All right, so here we go.
When was this written, by the way?
In
to
2010, it's current. Okay.
Go on.
Number 1, in Anniston, Alabama, if a woman loses a game of pool, it is illegal for her to settle her tab with sex.
Okay, Mom,
What?
I think you've shared this exact article before.
Really?
Well, keep going.
Number 2, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, it is illegal to have sex with a truck driver in a toll booth.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
That's a new one.
That's
Maybe
pretty
that
good.
other one was shared.
And I was planning to have sex in, where was that, North Carolina?
That was
Oklahoma?
No, that was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Isn't it weird? My brain does just kind of puts it there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cottonwood, Arizona. Couples having sex in a vehicle with flat wheels will be fined. The fine will be doubled if the sex occurs in the back seat.
flat wheels?
Back seat?
Wait.
That's like I used to go out with a guy.
Wait,
who
you
had
got a flat tire? You can't
no,
fuck in the car?
It's a vehicle with flat wheels. I don't really understand it.
What do you mean?
I don't really know. It's like it's used
The fuck is a
mostly
vehicle
like a
with flat-
pickup truck, I imagine, something like that, like a flat. I don't know. I actually am bullshitting. I have no idea.
Okay.
Producer, do you have any idea about what a
Flat
flat wheel
wheels.
is?
I'm gonna guess like flat tire. I think that's
flat
that's my-
tire.
that's my-
No. It says a sex in a vehicle with flat wheels will be fined. So there must be some sort of a. Are you looking this up?
Yeah, it's just, what are flat wheels? A railroad wheel which has flat spots on the tread. As for skidding on the rail.
All
I
right,
don't know.
Some sort of car that you're not allowed to drive in
Sounds
if you want to
bad.
have sex. In Wyoming, Newcastle, Wyoming, couples are banned from having sex while standing inside a store's walk-in meat freezer.
What the fuck?
Can you imagine
Why
if you
is
were in
that-
a meat freezer having sex?
I would be frozen.
I wonder if you should wear socks.
It would
have
be
to
a
wear your
great
socks for
place,
sure.
and I would have an excuse. I would have an excuse to wear like a wetsuit or something.
And can you imagine getting turned on by seeing slabs of meat hanging from the
Yuck.
freezer? Oh my God! Well,
Well, how did that become a law?
They have some weird laws in Wyoming. In Tremont, Utah, no woman is allowed to have sex with a man while riding in an ambulance.
What
In
the
addition
fuck?
to normal charges, the woman's name will be published in a local newspaper. Not the man, apparently.
What?
Discrimination, anyone?
Yeah, that's extremely discriminatory.
Can you imagine, like, you want to have sex with someone before they die? Like, say,
Wait, that's what you think is going to
I'm
happen?
thinking, yeah, like she's in the
That's where
ambulance,
the ambulance
with
comes
her
into
loved
play?
one. Her partner's about to die, and she's like, one last poke, and she's
One
gonna,
last
and,
poke?
and then she's going to be
One last poke?
she's going to be charged, especially, and her name will be in the local newspaper.
That's the worst part about this whole thing.
Oh, here's one from our home state, Illinois. In Oblong, Illinois, it's punishable by law to have sex while hunting or fishing on your wedding day. What the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
Having sex while hunting or fishing on your wedding day. So any other time of the year, you can have sex while you're hunting or fishing, but not on your wedding
A
day.
judge and a lawyer got paid to make that legislation. What
It's,
the fuck is that?
Here's one from my favorite show right now, which is Yellowstone. Bozeman, Montana. All sexual activity between members of the opposite sex in the front yard of a home after sundown is illegal if they're nude. So you got the
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You
what?
could be fucking with clothes on.
Yeah, you can fuck with
I would love to fucking Bozeman. In the lawn.
I don't understand
Front
that.
lawn, baby.
But before sundown, it's not illegal.
Oh, you're right. It's a good
And
question.
in the backyard, it's not illegal, but in the front yard, it is. There's a lot of like loopholes.
And specifically man and woman.
Yes, exactly.
Gay sex can
Opposite
happen
sex.
completely
You're right.
all over the fucking place in the front yard and anytime.
Oh, this is a good one.
Can this be the last one?
Okay. No, actually, we got two more.
Come on.
One is Connorsville, Wisconsin. It's against the law for a man to shoot off a gun when his female partner has an orgasm. You just can't do it. You can do a bow and arrow in the air. You can light off fireworks.
Oh my God.
You can do whatever you want, but don't you dare shoot that gun off while the person has an orgasm because.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay.
This is the last.
Last one, I promise. Okay. In Minnesota, it is illegal for any man to have sexual intercourse with a live fish. Ladies apparently are in the clear. Well, okay.
What the fuck?
Why? Why can't you have sex with a live fish?
I don't know.
But apparently you can have intercourse with a dead fish,
Ew.
but not a live fish.
Where are you putting the dick anyway? Were you fucking the fish in the mouth? What? Where's
with
the
hook
hole?
in it. You got a hook there in the mouth.
What's,
because
where you how do you fuck a fish?
I don't know.
How do you fuck a live fish?
Apparently in the mouth, maybe. I don't know.
Even a tuna, I couldn't imagine fucking. Like a big tuna, I couldn't imagine fucking that.
Well, don't worry about this because as long as it's dead, it's okay.
Okay, good.
And that was
Mom's news.
Mom's News.
Mom's news. Thank you,
All-
Mother.
I just like to state that it was all new news.
Are you ready for the best part of the fucking year? The best part of the show that will make your fucking tits on fire. They'll make your ass so loose you can shove a fucking boulder in it. It's Cam's Uppers.
Oh my God. Cam's Uppers is a place to be. Fun living is a life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I get to share something near and dear to my heart, something that my mother typically finds
Major doldrums.
or
Major boredom. Major, I want to go for a nice snooze.
It's Cam's Uppers. All right. I'm curious. And I was kind of, I thought about this as I was getting a haircut recently.
It does look good, by the way.
Thank you. I didn't request it to look like this.
By the way, if anybody wants to see this podcast live, it's on YouTube under Sex Talk with My Mom on YouTube. So
It's the video.
You can see the video there, and you can see Cam's hair.
Okay. I just wanted a trim, and I got a full-blown cut. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the hair just fall to the ground. And I'm like, why is she going so goddamn... You know, it's at a certain point...
Because the last hair you had was like a clown cut.
I asked her just a little off, and this is at least like 4 inches off.
You know the good thing about hair, though? It grows back.
I don't give a flying fuck. If I said I want so much cut, why is she cutting so much? And I ask her, and she says, oh, it's because it doesn't look good when it's long and stringy.
She's right.
That can be communicated before she starts chopping.
She probably thought you were going to give her an argument, so she's just going to cut away. And
Before
what
she
are you
starts,
gonna-
so she chops away. It does look better, but that could be a discussion. So it led me down this whole path.
You felt that there was no consent?
There was not really consent. And, you know, it made me start thinking about the balance between strength and flexibility.
Were you feeling violated?
No, I was feeling fine.
Okay.
I like how it turned out anyway.
Looks good.
Thank you. But it is, you know, some people, and then I talked to my friend about this, and he's like, I was listening to a parenting podcast, and he said that the person, the expert on the show was saying that kids tend to be either very flexible or very strong right out the gate. And the goal is to try to teach them the opposite. Do you see how they can be in contrast to one another?
Sure.
So I'm getting the haircut and I'm being all flexible and being like, oh, it's okay. You
You
cut
know,
my hair about 6 times shorter than I want it to be fucking cut.
I'm actually surprised that you were up during this because when you were a little boy and you got your hair cut, you would fall asleep right in.
Just don't try to tangent. Don't try to fucking tangent away from the fucking meaning behind this. I'm getting deep right now. And I wanted to say, I'm curious about how do you find the balance in any given relationship, especially a romantic relationship, between when to bend for someone else and when to fucking stay strong in your own convictions. This is a very challenging question.
I always like to say you got to pick your battles.
You got to pick. How do you tend to choose when to pick?
Usually it depends on how annoyed I am at the time.
So you just let the feelings come through.
I'm very demonstrative with my feelings.
Yeah. Okay. So it's what it's starting to sound like is that you're very strong, and that you don't bend so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with strength,
Yeah.
no bending.
Yep.
But I did bend today.
And I remember Dad was always telling me if I want a piece of advice, it's just to say yes. That is the definition of flexibility.
That's why I loved your father.
Yes. Okay.
Because really, if you think about most of the battles that you've had in your life, who can even remember what they were all about?
You were constantly. Well, you're gaslighting me again. This is the second gaslight of the day. We should have a sound effect where my mother gaslights every time. Every time the gaslight, I get a fucking. There's a honking horn or something.
All right, what is your take on this?
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm working. I want to work on this. I want to find a therapist that can help me with this specific issue.
You have a therapist.
I know.
All right, so why don't you work on it with your
We're
therapist?
gonna find some solution to this problem. Dale, do you have any opinions on this?
I mean, I think that if you can, in the moment, try to think about whether or not it's something you could like defend your position later to someone who's not there, then yeah, stand up for yourself. But like, if you can in the moment be like, yeah, no, I'll probably sound like an idiot if I like rehash this argument or try to defend myself. I think that can be a good barometer in the moment.
It's a good barometer. I'm partially thinking though that like it really is person dependent. Like if you feel strongly enough, it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. Like that's such like how much compromise can you? How do you reach a compromise where you're both kind of at ease? I think that's kind of where I stand on this.
I think the relationships are like a teeter-totter.
Teeter-totter.
Do you know what a teeter-totter is?
I know what a fucking teeter-totter is.
When you're in a playground,
Yes.
When one person's up, the other person's down. But yeah, it's kind of like it's hard to get those two people balanced.
Yeah, but I think that's the goal.
It is the goal. You don't want to always be the one winning, but you also don't want to be the one losing all the time.
It's good to bring awareness to this.
Yep.
And that's Cam's Uppers.
Yep. Cam's Uppers.
What? You want to remove that second of the show?
No. I liked it. It was good.
Thank you for bearing with me. And to lighten things up, it's the final episode of the year.
It is.
And in honor of the holidays and for a wonderful year of podcasting, we're launching a segment called Sexy Screenings. We'll see how good this goes.
I love it. Sexy screenings.
Sexy screenings.
Can't get better than sexy screenings.
Mom and I will take you through and pick apart the most celebrated pornographic work out there. And today I'd like to present something in line with the conversation that we had earlier, which was all about anal. We're going to take you through the classic pornography, 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I have never seen this before.
Oh, boy.
Have you seen this before?
Nope. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Have you seen this before, Dale?
I'm very familiar with it, but I've never seen it.
Right? I'm familiar with it too. Okay, so you should come. We should. Are you willing to come on camera for this as well?
Sure, I look insane.
Okay,
but yeah.
So the 3 of us are about to watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Come on, come sit by us. Here we go.
Big reveal.
The big reveal. This is Dale.
I wear pajamas.
Perfect. It's a perfect day to cozy up and watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup. We're just going to describe what's going to go on. It's a minute-long video. We'll see what's happening. What the fuck? Okay, so 2 women One is sucking on the other tit. One is shitting in a cup.
God
One
damn
is
it.
shitting
Turn this
in
off.
a cup.
Turn that off.
They're licking the shit.
Turn it off. Turn it
They're
off.
licking the shit.
Cam, turn that fucking thing off.
They're licking.
That-
She's regurgitating the
All right.
shit.
I can't believe you're
I'm
Just
gonna-
having a good time with it.
This is disgusting.
turn it off. Honestly, I'm gonna barf. Turn it off.
horrified. It's on her
How do I
lips.
turn this
the
off?
shit is all over. Yeah, they're making out with shit between their mouths. Oh,
I never thought I'd say this, but I am.
She's puking the shit up.
I can't
She's
look.
puking the shit up.
Why would you do this to
She's
me?
puking into the other person's mouth.
Can you please turn this off?
Oh my god.
This is the longest
She's
minute of my
literally,
life.
she's literally putting fingers in her mouth and
Wow.
she's vomiting the shit in their.
Okay. All right. In the future, this is the last time we'll have this segment called "I Want to Puke My Guts Out." What would you do this? Why we were having such
my
a nice discussion about
God.
anal and everything? Did you put that
Oh.
shit on? I would never. I can never say
I'm
never.
having heart palpitations.
But I don't
right
think
now.
that I could ever have anal sex again.
That was
I think it
horrifying.
just changed any kind of thoughts I had about it. I think I'm done.
Oh my god, there was so much shit, and there's so much eating the shit and puking
Hold
the
on.
shit.
But they all said, I heard about it. So you heard about, didn't you hear that this is going to be the most nauseating thing you've ever seen in your life?
Oh, I had a pretty good idea going into that, what we were about to see.
And you just let us go right down the rabbit hole.
Well, you know, it's good to try new things.
No, it's not. That was not good. But Cam, who the fuck referred you to this?
I've heard a lot about this Two Girls One
Where did
Cup
you hear
video.
about this? Where? I didn't hear about this.
This is a famous video.
Yeah, it was a big thing for a while. Like I feel like maybe 6th through like 8th grade. This was big.
Oh, I thought they came out last week and I
Oh,
missed
no.
something. Okay, let me just say something. I am hopeful that was actual fake, like some sort of fake material and it wasn't poop.
Because I've never seen poop that consistency.
It was
But,
awful.
But we saw it come out her butt. So
No,
like
that doesn't mean anything though. They could have shoved like
They could've-
oatmeal. They could have. Okay.
Ew.
Sake of argument, could have been food coloring oatmeal, and they put it up
Are
her
you
butt.
trying to think about the consistent what was made?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, food. Yeah, it was definitely like a consistency of oatmeal, and it looked at, and all they needed
It
is
was like peanut butter color.
yeah, and then all they needed to do is put some sort of food coloring in there, pretend that that it's actually coming out when it was just coming out, you know, and editing and all that. And then
Oh.
they got a lot of traffic for that. And I got to say something. It was the most nauseating thing I've ever seen in my life. And I hope to God I'm right that this was just some sort of food product.
Thank you to twogirls1cup.ca for providing that screening for us.
And thank you for you adding that extra little zip to the step of our show.
That was horrifying. Thank you for participating, Dale.
Oh, God.
That was
All right.
fucking. I don't know if I'm gonna.
I had a whole little segment lined up about how I've been getting a lot of marriage proposals on TikTok, and you decide to choose this instead.
Yeah, we reached the end of the show.
Yeah.
We've reached the end of the year, and we went out with a bang. It was.
No, you did this to us. You decided to
No,
pull out.
You agreed. You consented to this. You said it was a good idea.
I thought it was going to be some sexy scene.
There was some people would find that sexy.
Not many. This reminds me of that other thing that your brother was watching, the Human Centipede.
Yeah, it was
When
horrifying.
he was in a.
Which was worse, this or Bug?
What?
What?
This was way worse than Bug.
This was 1 minute. I don't think this is going to stay with me for too long. Bug will stay with me forever, mainly because I have an infested house now because of you.
We started off the show saying, what are your feelings about anal? If once you watch that video, you will change your feelings about anal. You will never, ever
We've seen
consider
a war
anal
story
again.
of anal. All right. Well, thank you for that sexy screening.
I would like to see if we have any reviews that we can read, something positive.
Yes, we do. We have one that was sent to us. It says, thanks for making me uncomfortably uncomfortable with a heart. Thank you for making my 8-hour desk job worth it. Heart. Also, I have a 5-year-old girl and can't wait to make a sex-positive conversation connection with her. 5 stars.
Oh, start now. That's when I started, when you guys were 5 or 6 years old, when you barely were able to speak. It's a good time to talk.
I'm still reeling, I think, from the 2 Girls, 1 Cup right now. I wanted to thank you for this review.
Special thanks to our recently minted sneaky freaks, Brady and Brian, the server daddy. Note the new Discord channel.
if you want to help out the show, if you liked any of the episodes this year, please leave us a rating and review at ratethispodcast.com/mom.
It would really make our day.
If you want us to give us a little holiday sugar, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom. You get to meet with us on a monthly basis. It's a very fun community to be part of.
Via a Zoom party.
And this is what my mother was referring to, that Brady and Brian, the server daddy, just joined. So thank you to our newest patrons, Brady and Brian.
And thank you to all our current patrons or past patrons or future patrons. We love you all. It means so much to us that our work, which we work very hard on, believe it or not, even though it seems like it's like goofy most of the time, we work hard on it, is somehow, we're able to get a little compensation for it.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, it's allowed us to add video to the show, and yeah, it's a wonderful emotional support. So thank you very much for all the support.
Thank you all for all our past, present, and future patrons.
Yes, agreed. Thank you. Lastly, a big thank you to Dale,
Yeah.
our wonderful videographer producer, for making a very fun improvement to our show by adding video and adding your voice to the conversation.
Yeah, anytime.
Thank you for dealing with even watching Two Girls, One Cup with us.
And thank you to my son for being the best partner anyone could ever ask for.
And thank you to my mother for also being a very supportive, loving mother some of the time.
What?
Yeah.
Why the qualification?
Well, I don't know, about maybe 20 minutes ago when you were telling me that I should keep my fucking Hinge Mickey Mouse voice for comedic sake.
We're not going to start arguing again. I just wanted to say thank you. You light up my life with being able to have these little conversations with you once a week and hear about your wonderful life.
And I feel the same, honestly. It is a true joy and a gift. Thank you, Moji.
And we hope that you all that are listening to this over the years go out and have a conversation with your mom or your dad or your child and see how it goes. You might actually find that it's quite pleasurable.
That's right. All right.
And is it time for me?
It's time for you to sing us out one last time for the year, Mother.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having the most disgusting shitties.
Shitties! Ending the year on a bang. Thank you all. We love you.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.